It's the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sammetti. The YouTube WyzGyz. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.
Hello. Welcome to WyzGyzEntertainment. This is your host, Wyman. We're joined today by our special guest, Kobold. How's it going? Are you there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, welcome. How's it going, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Good. My gosh, is this, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time you've been on the show? Or have we had you?
Nah, this is my first time on your show.
Yeah, I was going to say. I don't recognize that logo, except, during our interactions. Well, welcome to the show. As is customary on my channel, I like to do kind of a deep dive and get to know the creator more. So I was wondering if you do the honors and share basically what your quote-unquote origin story is. Like, how did you grow up? What were you into, whether it be toys, music, video games, comic books, and what were the major milestones in your life that led you down this path of one day becoming this crowdfunded comics creator?
Well, keep things mostly short. Moved around a lot as a kid, and one of the few constants in my life were Saturday morning cartoons, video games, all the good nerdy stuff. Mostly nice. I grew up during the age of Batman animated series, Spider-Man animated series, X-Men, all those great 90s shows and stuff like that. I had a lot of the toys. I actually didn't get into the comics until around my teens, because for the most part I didn't know they existed.
Well, out of curiosity, in the 90s, where did you learn about comics and where did you find them? Like back in the 80s, it was pretty commonplace to find them like at 7-Elevens and liquor stores. Well, I don't know if it's necessarily liquor stores, but convenience stores.
Well, actually, I think some of the first comics I came across were actually in fast food places, of all places. Yeah, they'd sometimes give them out. So that's where I got them. And then, I was always into the internet, even before everyone else knew about the internet. So I kind of stumbled across some comic stuff on the internet. And during a summer job in New York for my uncle, I went to, I think, is it Midtown? That's close to Empire State Building. Oh,
I think so. I could be wrong. I've only been out that direction once.
Well, it was within walking distance of the Empire State Building, and it was like a massive comic shop. There was like 2 floors, comics everywhere, wall to wall. They had the big action figures of Spider-Man and all that. And yeah, that's all the money I made for my summer job basically went there. I go on my days off or during my breaks and stuff like that. I go there and I just browse and stuff like that.
Oh man, that's so much fun.
Yeah, actually, that's where I picked up some Sonic comics because I like the game. So I was like, oh, they have a comic too. And I actually like those pretty much, really. But also, as I've said before, Spider-Man was kind of a big one for me up until I found Venom. Then Venom was kind of my dude. I liked him more. Just a symbiote and all that stuff.
Okay. Do you mean Venom specifically, or Venom and all his offshoots like Carnage and Anti-Venom and whatnot?
The original Venom, when Eddie Brock.
Oh, all right.
And then he had his own series. I think I followed that for a good while. And then as I got older, like I said, I was kind of one of those kids where we moved around a lot. So kind of fell in and out of it. Unfortunately, again, during another summer job for my uncle during a different summer, I went back to Midtown. I started reading The Amazing Spider-Man. They were kind of rebooting it at that time. And it was just like, the story wasn't the same. It was the same story, just didn't have the same feel to it. It had better art and everything, but there was just like something missing there. So I kind of lost interest in comics, but I picked up interest in manga. And I've pretty much been there ever since.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
What was it about manga specifically that you were into? What attracted you to manga?
I just think the storytelling more than anything, because with manga they have a wide range of art. You got the more simplistic style, and then you got the super detailed style and everything like that. They have a wide range, and they have like a genre for everything. But more than anything, it was like the exuberance for the story. And when they tell a story, they go all in, no matter what the story is about. Whether it's something like tennis or your standard heroes and stuff like that, or samurai stories, or martial arts stories, all that kind of thing.
Were you ever into the like slice of life aspect of manga, where like
it was rare
of downtime and all they're doing is eating or hanging out, chit chatting?
It was rare. It had to be like slice of life, but it had to be mixed with something else that was more interesting.
Right.
Because if you look at a lot of manga, they have their own tropes and stuff like that. And yeah, they inject a little slice of life into just about any genre.
Yeah, that's a good point. And all right, so do you consider yourself author, storyteller, scriptwriter, artist, colorist, inker?
Well, I have zero artistic ability, so that just throw that whole section out the window. But as far as writing, kind of finding that out right now. We'll see. We'll let the people decide, what I am and that sort of thing. I don't have any formal education or anything like that. I don't have any prior experience or all that stuff. I am very much, in every aspect of the word, a first-time creator.
No, it's pretty adventurous that you went and launched a campaign, being a first-time creator. Was it like one of those things where you felt really passionate about this idea and you figured, oh, I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm going to just put it out there and, let someone even try and stop me?
Well, as I like to say, I'm a long-time lurker. So even though I might not appear very active in CG and everything, I've been around for a while.
All right.
I just never interacted much or spoke or anything like that. So yeah, I've been here for a few years now.
Oh, wow. All right. So you may be been with it longer than I have. I started in late 2019.
Maybe around there a little earlier. I came in through your boy Zach videos.
Nice.
Stumbled across him a little bit, and that's kind of went down the CG rabbit hole.
Nice. And so you're more or less self-taught in terms of writing, storytelling.
Yeah, if I had to have anyone who taught me, it'd probably be my editor, Steve Dye, because like I said, I had no formal education or training or anything like that. I just wrote stuff the way, I guess, it was in my head or whatever, and then tried not to, correct spelling errors and that sort of thing.
Ah.
And one of my first steps was actually approaching people to see, what they thought. Because if my story wasn't any good, what was the point of, getting started down the path of being a creator?
So you got a lot of feedback from numerous sources, not just like your closest friends who will say anything to make you feel good?
Nah, no one in like my personal life or anything even knows what I'm doing for the most part. Kind
Oh,
of keep
really?
that, yeah, kind of keep that separate.
Okay, all right.
And
Go
yeah,
ahead.
I approached a few people, like read this and tell me what you think. And most of those people were like CG or people online, stuff like that. Not anyone that had any reason to like, pull any punches on me.
Cool. That's a good way to do it. It helps to get other people's eyes on it, to get a like a fresh perspective on the material, and see how it's like, I guess, absorbed by other people. What was the most important thing you learned about that? Welcome, the real Steve Dye. How's it going?
Gentlemen,
About time.
well, I was waiting to see if you would step closer to the microphone, Vault. Since you haven't done it, here I am. Hey, thanks for having us on.
Literally 6 inches from my face.
Well, you need to turn up your. Never mind. We'll talk about this off there.
We won't.
Vault is an untrained writer, but he had a gift for a turn of phrase that I seldom see. I read a lot of scripts, and yeah, his punctuation, as I'm fond of saying, is total shit. But he's got a bit of a gift for a turn of phrase, a dramatic turn of phrase, and that's not really something you always learn. I think he just kind of brought that. So he's got a lot of promise, and HAVOC's a real bang up book, and it's full of action. So it's cool, kind of like 90s action movie, comic book type of thing, and
Nice.
yeah.
That's always fun. Welcome. What about ahoy, one and all? Whoa. My screen was having trouble refreshing. Yeah, so, excuse me. And Vault, when it came to learning how to write, besides, obviously self-teaching yourself, did you, since there was no formal education, are you like one of those voracious readers who regularly reads novels and that kind of stuff? Or do you watch YouTube videos where they talk about the writing process and outlining and script writing and things like that?
Well, in my younger days, and Steve might not like this, I read the Harry Potter books when they first came out. There you go. Don't worry, I read a lot more other stuff. It was just kind of my gateway drug, okay? Yeah, I started reading a lot of stuff, and also while I never got hardcore into D&D and stuff like that, they had so many supplemental books with so much just lore in it. I just ate those up, and basically a lot of things of that nature. I was naturally curious, and since I was always into the internet, and back in those days they had everything on the internet, and it was all unfiltered and everything. You could find information about anything.
Oh yeah.
And
For
so
sure.
it was just like I just eat up information just out of sheer curiosity. Also, I don't know if anyone remembers this. It might be before a lot of people's times, but they had these mail-in encyclopedia things where every, I think, week or month or whatever, they'd send you a few pages of an encyclopedia about animals or stuff like that, or dinosaurs and everything, and you just build an encyclopedia as they sent you pages.
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Yeah, it was a big thing way back when.
Cool.
Kind of like a mail order catalog type thing. So I had they send you a binder, and then they send you a few pages, and every week they'll send you more pages, and it'd always be about like animals or dinosaurs or plants. So I just started eating up that information as well, and that was also something I did.
Sweet.
So, yeah, just a voracious reader.
Oh, cool. Welcome, Steve. How's it going?
It's all good, man. Thanks for having us.
Oh, my pleasure. I don't know if you caught the very beginning, but I was explaining to Vault that on my channel, I like to kind of do a deeper dive than some creators and promoters, and trying to get to know the creators better. Are you, or would you consider yourself an editor, or are you also into the writing process and into the drawing and color?
Yeah, I guess mostly I would consider myself as an editor, not necessarily a creator. But there's a lot of ways to forge and form an idea, and kind of involves, all the aspects of writing that I'll circle back to, but certainly involves the elements of art, and putting the right pieces together is the key to having a good puzzle instead of a frustrating one. So that's kind of part and parcel of what I mostly do for a lot of these guys. A lot of aspiring writers have story ideas. Some actually have a story. Occasionally, and this is a real bonus, they'll have pacing. They'll just bring their own pacing.
Oh, really?
But there's also certainly the structure, and are you going to do a 3-act structure, a 5-act structure, and how do you apply that over a given number of pages, both to have the optimum, production numbers, but also how to have it where you can possibly take a 48-page book and break it into 2 24-page floppies, if that ever becomes a viable proposition. And finally, all the way down to how a comic book should actually be constructed, which is each and every page turn matters. There's a cliffhanger on the lower right hand of every time you're looking at a spread, and all that sort of thing. So kind of putting all those pieces together is somebody else brings me the ideas, and I point out why we might do it better another way.
Wow, that's impressive. You like have all the technicalities broken down, and excuse me. It's got to be pollen allergies. I don't know. Welcome, Lola Meats. Good to have you. So what is your origin story, Steve? What was it like growing up? What were you into, whether it be comics, toys, movies, music? And what were the major milestones in your life that led you down the path to becoming this editor?
Oh, man. Let's gloss over it as much as we can here. I was into dirt bikes and bicycles. That's what I was into when I was a kid, and I'm still into those things. But I also ride my bicycle to 2 or 3 different grocery stores till I hit every spinner rack to make sure that I had everything happening that I needed to keep up with what I was reading.
Uh-huh.
So, that's the comics thing. After doing some of the racing motorcycles thing, I wound up I did a lot of publishing for quite a long time. I have quite an extensive publishing background in mainstream power sports press type of publications, and can bring a bit of that to the table too. And
Wow.
Anyway, that's basically. I put out a lot of books, man. I started reading comic books when I was a kid, and I've put out a lot of books. So.
Gotcha. Pretty cool. So we've got this cool looking campaign, HAVOC. How long, Vault, has this idea been coming together in your head?
Well, actually, this one kind of just struck me as something that, it just came to me, and I started writing it. And this was actually not the first idea I pitched to Steve. It was one of the side ideas. He just thought as a first-time creator, it'd be the stronger of the ideas I gave him. And being a one-shot, it's a complete story. So
Cool.
that basically a good introduction for everyone to get to know me as a writer.
Oh, all right. Sweet. And out of curiosity, how did the two of you guys even connect? Did you see each other liking the same posts in Twitter or something? And you
Vault sought out my advice And after a couple of conversations, actually, I'll tell the story on that. Again, a number of people come to me saying, here's what I want to do. What do you think? With story ideas and whatnot. But Vault did come to me. He says, I have story ideas and I have this much money. Is that enough to hire an artist and start on a project?
Mm-hmm.
And if he didn't have a gift for the turn of phrase, as I referred to earlier, and if he didn't have some inherent pacing, I'd still probably would have just worked with the guy. I'm glad he had those other things, but he came to me with an expression of confidence in what he wanted to do and what he was willing to bootstrap on his own. And he had saved up a substantial amount of money. Yeah, it was enough to hire an artist. It was enough to get this book made. It was enough to, here's this book.
Oh, it's already completely made.
Yeah, this book is done.
Oh, wow.
Completely done. It is inked, colored, lettered, printed, proofed. So, yeah, Paul had the confidence in his own project to make sure that it would happen. So you got to help a guy like that. As it turns out, he writes a pretty damn good story.
Well, so that takes off a lot of stress off your shoulders, right? Having the book fully completed right out the gate. Excuse me.
Yeah, that was kind of a big deal for me. Again, being a first-time creator and everything, I know you can't ask people to put their faith in you especially as a writer, if you don't have anything to show for it. And I'm also one of those people that I like to do things right as I see them. And to me, it's like, if I'm asking people to invest in me, they have to have something of substance. I don't have any talent or any of that kind of stuff. So just put in the work, create a quality product, and offer it up. And for those people who back me, I'm going to do everything within my ability to make sure they get what they ask for, and they get it as the best as I can provide it.
Awesome.
That was a pretty good speech, but you should have put talent in there. You have talent. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
I leave that up to the people. If they think I have talent, I have talent. If they don't, well, there you go.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. Let's check out this video here. HAVOC promo.
Sure.
There is not always justice or fairness in the world, but there is always a price. Presenting HAVOC, a 48-page, full-color graphic novel. The hunt begins. Death is the prey. Follow Agent Catherine Samus, a soldier in secret, as she searches for answers amidst enemies unknown. The taskmaster, the pretender, leading her to an unexpected encounter, an oddity, an enigma. Mysteries and questions build. You don't find death. Death finds you. There is always a calm before the storm. Revelation sought, tallied in blood. Secrets live on borrowed time. Curiosity is a herald, covetous and dread. Answers learned at last. Known yet obscured. HAVOC, only on the
Not bad at all. Did you guys create the trailer yourselves?
Nah, that was done by 3D Robin, and Steve provided the voice.
Oh, all right. Yeah, it sounded like Steve's voice. And that's cool. You got 3D Robin to help out. I didn't know he was still.
He's not. He's officially not.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, this was like before he decided to quote unquote kind of retire. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3D
first.
Robin got a really good job.
Oh, all right, awesome.
So, yeah,
He's very talented for sure.
yeah, he absolutely is. Invaluable resource.
Yeah, he helped out a lot with this, with some of the logos and stuff.
Well, sweet.
Yeah. 3D Robin actually did all the logo work here, and
Oh, did you?
he's my go-to graphics guy. But yeah, his services are. Yeah.
Did he also do all those little snippets of animations, like where you saw?
Yes, which is the only really good part of the video. You should really just cut all that other stuff and go back to
that.
Too bad, Steve. Your voice is going to be out there forever.
It's not good.
In one way, I think it was. Well, initially I thought it was. Let's see, it's 1.5 minutes.
It's too long.
It is
Too
a bit
damn long.
It is a bit lengthy. I think you could probably go with like about a minute.
Yeah.
And still get the info.
All the best intentions. But then that's
Yeah,
how long the video comes out. That's what you got. And you got to put something over it.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we learned our lesson on the second one. That one's, I think, 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were shooting for 45. Just Vault gets wordy. That's how long the animation took.
Oh no,
It's too long.
That one.
We can gloss over that. We can move on.
Oh, you don't want to watch the second trailer?
No, yeah, we want to do that. Yeah,
All
no,
right, all right.
I'm saying that. Yeah, enough about the other one being too long. I know. I already know that.
Introducing Trials and Triumph, a 40-page novella, a tale of mystery and hardship, adventure and intrigue, choices and fate, what outcomes they bring, and the fruit they bear. Find out yourself.
Oh, wait a minute. So, Kobold. Oh, all right. Yeah, those are the credits. Gotcha. Cool work. How do you find your artist? How did you come across your artists, or find them, or bring them onto the team?
Sorry, I was muted. Our main artist for HAVOC, we found basically off Twitter, undiscovered gem. He's called Artsider.
Oh,
And he did both on HAVOC he did both the art and the colors.
wow, sweet. So who ended up doing the lettering?
James Reed.
James Reed. All right. Let's see. Go back here.
Yeah, I thought it was a good mix. Doodle was not Doodle. Artsider was kind of making a splash, doing some of his fan art stuff and all of that. And I talked to him about whether or not he'd done any sequentials or not before, and he hadn't, but he had studied them and he wanted to, and he actually had some test pages of his own that he'd been working on that he showed to me.
Nice.
And you know, I thought his style could lend itself to the way Vault was telling the story, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get a guy that's clearly very talented and might be a fine addition to the stable of comics great artists to work on this book and put it together with those two guys.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I like this style.
Yeah, I've also said it before, but if you look carefully, you can see Artsider how he gets better throughout the book.
Hmm.
And he also has a bit of a flair for angles, which lends itself well.
Is he? All right. I'm gonna guess he's digital, but is he traditional, digital, or both?
Both, but essentially digital.
Yeah, it looks like a digital style, but it's good.
Yeah.
I like it. And I agree with what about that was cool music on that second trailer. You know what was interesting about that second trailer as well? Kind of gave me like Dungeons and Dragons and World of Warcraft vibes.
It is it's a story based in a fantasy setting, pretty much. So, yeah, it should fit well with it.
Is it like basically like a companion book, or is it also part of this story?
No, they're two different settings, two different worlds, and everything. There's some overlapping themes, but for the most part, they're both two separate entities.
Now, is there a chance that they're in the same universe? Are you building a shared universe, or are they like literally?
No. It's no. Just no.
Well, let's just say I have some writer's plans that may or may not come to fruition that even Steve don't know about. We'll just kind of leave it at that.
All right. So, was this a surprise that you included a Steve cameo?
It's as a fine print says, any
Don't look anything like that guy.
any
Just
relation
move
to
on.
persons, real or fiction, are purely coincidental.
Purely coincidental.
Yeah.
So
It's not like Artsider hasn't seen Steve before or anything, but that's neither here nor there.
HAVOC is a modern-day noir thriller following the story of Interpol agent Catherine Sanis as she surveils a covert organization converging in New York for sinister reasons. The Cabal's goal is to obtain the key to effectively controlling the criminal underworld and, by extension, the world. Only a meddling agent and a seemingly bumbling bystander stand in their way. Tension builds and action shifts in a 48-page full-color graphic novel with heavy thriller undertones, harkening back to classic 90s action movies. Cool. Story by Kobold, art by Artsider, edits by Steve Dye, letters by James Reed. Production of the book's already complete. Hard copy proofs have been ordered. So this is going to be a hardcover, or is it going to be perfect bound?
No, it's perfect bound.
Yeah, it's perfect bound.
All right.
Just saying basically that we have physical proofs that we've already looked over.
All right, yeah.
Steve gets
Ordered,
fancy with the words sometimes.
Ordered, received, reviewed, and approved. The book will go to print immediately after the initial campaign concludes, and then it's on to your door. So then also part of this campaign is the 40-page illustrated long-form novella, Trials and Triumph. A story of a man that is more than he seems, but less than what he was. So are both of these going to be perfect bound books, or is it? All right.
Here. Here's the Trials and Triumphs. Right here. That would be the
Cool.
spot. I don't know how to get this angle right. All this shit's backwards. Fucking StreamYards, all this shit. Everything's fucking backwards. But yeah, here's this thing.
Sweet.
Yeah, that art's done by Doodle Bags and the colors are by Pressy.
Oh, wow. You got doodle bags. Nice.
Yeah, it's a good looking book. It was fun to put together. It's a nice little story. It has nothing at all to do with HAVOC. It's its own thing.
All right.
But it's got some great art. Doodle. It's a nice little self-contained hero's journey sort of redemption arc for a guy that it's centered around. Spoilers.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, it's perfect bound.
Nice. Nice. Since they're already, well, actually, this campaign is the first time you'll have a chance to get a hold of these books, right? Like they weren't ever available elsewhere through other venues, like Amazon or.
No.
No, they weren't created till like their inception was 9 months ago. So yeah.
Oh, this is cool. I like the lush colors too. Again, both books are complete, ready for print. As a first-time creator and someone that wants to ensure a quality product as well as professional delivery, I've sought to make the process as smooth as possible for backers and have these precious packages delivered as soon and as safely as possible to your door. Books and accompanying items will be sent out in secure Gemini mailers. Nice. Tracking numbers will be provided to keep backers updated on the status of the delivery and assist us in providing any support if needed. Thanks for your consideration of HAVOC. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So you literally got the whole book ready to print before. Did you have the whole thing ready ready to print before you even launched, or was it like sometime into funding?
No, we had it right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to go ahead. It's been done for quite a while. Just trying to find a place to most effectively launch it in a volatile marketplace and all that happy stuff. But yeah, it's been done for. It is done. I'm not messing around with it anymore. Like I told Vault, no, it's done. Tired of it. No, I'm not tired of it, but it is. Yeah, we already fiddled with this thing. We did all the stuff that you have to do. But Vault felt like, and I think it's different. I think with a writer, it's different than it is with an artist. I think with an artist, they can do a slow burn, they can do a build, they can show you what they've got page by page. But I think with a writer, I think the guys, Camara has done a really good job of putting books out. Phil Diaz has done a really good job of putting books out. And as a writer, I think you gotta actually, I think it's two different. Everybody's got to push a rock up a hill, right? But I think writers have it different than artists do. And
So
so having a completed project, Vault's never fulfilled a project.
Right.
This one is going to fulfill. I got these hard copies right here, and it's going to fulfill really timely. And in all likelihood, in all honesty, it's going to need to go in. We're depending in this particular project with not going to break any records in the funding period, but we're going to print it and we're going to overprint it and we're going to send it out to everybody that backed it straight away, and then it'll go in demand. And if you want to get a copy, you'll be able to get a copy. Now, all of you buyers out there, we appreciate your support now, damn it. But that's the reality. But yeah, I think Vault has the capabilities to do what Camara has done so far, and Camara's shown greater and greater success. SOS did well. SOS Volume 2 did better, and Testament's doing really well. And that's, I think, possible for a writer to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it's at.
Nice. So you've got you're at 76% of your $2,000 fixed goal. Out of your that's $1,527. So far, so good, and that's for 22 backers. Your $2,000 fixed goal, is that primarily based on the cost of printing and shipping?
Yeah.
Oh, and also, I'm sure to pay for the talent.
No, everyone's been paid except me.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, that's also that was also a sticking point for me, which is like Steve said, I came with money prepared and everything because the only person who's gonna lose out on this is gonna be me. So if it doesn't fund or doesn't fund to a certain extent or whatnot, it's as long as it gets past that fixed goal, it's going to print. Everyone's gonna get their books. All the talent's been paid. Everyone's good. Like I said, I want to do this as right as possible, and profit was not the motivation, and it's not the goal. You know,
just hold on a goddamn minute.
it'd be a happy
Sure.
side effect, but I don't expect to be, making money off of this or anything like that. Even if we reach our funding goal,
$2,000 is a fairly arbitrary number that isn't
Yeah.
going to cover print and shipping. It won't. It's not. Maybe it's a little less than 2/3 of what it will cost to print and ship it. So it's not actually even just a number, just an arbitrary number. The number that Vault needs to crack to make his money back is substantially more than that. I think he's going to do it. It'd be nice to hit that funding goal, though. So, anybody wanted to?
there's to make sure there's
back
enough
the book.
interest for people to want the product, basically.
Now, if what made you decide to go with the fixed goal versus a flex goal? If you plan on releasing it, no matter how well it performs. I mean,
Well, again, it's more of a measurement of interest. I mean, if no one's interested in it, then why print it? Now, if there's enough interest for it, then I'll be happy to print it.
right.
Like we've already shown and we've already said, the book's done. Everyone's paid. So it's going to exist regardless. So if that was my goal for it just to exist, I've already met that goal.
Now, I see that Steve has copies of it. Are both of you going to be fulfilling, or is Steve going to do all the fulfillment, or how's it going?
I'm
No,
doing
hell
all the
no.
fulfillment.
Yeah. Vault's going to fulfill this. I don't do fulfillment.
All right.
I'm here for production. I'm not here for packing and shipping. That's Vault's problem.
Basically, my day job is fulfillment. Just it's not restricted to like books or anything. So I'm no stranger to it. I mean, I've already got the supplies about 5 feet from me.
Oh, okay. Right on.
So unless this book hits a ridiculous amount, I don't even have to worry about supplies or anything.
Awesome sauce. Excuse me. So you've been in CG a long time. You know the drill, how the trend is for a lot of CGers to break out a campaign into 2 30-day rounds of funding and then go in demand.
Sure.
Which route did you take?
Oh, we're doing that.
All right.
Everybody's doing that. I mean, Camara says he's not doing that. I told him he's nuts.
Prior to that, I'll be honest, I don't remember hearing much about this campaign. Did you take advantage of the Indiegogo feature where you could do a pre-launch for up to 6 months and build up an email list?
Sure.
Actually, yeah, we actually did. And about 5 days before launch, they nuked our email list.
What?
But
Why?
being because it was there for too long, I guess, because it was there longer than 6 months actually. Because
We're at about 5 days over 6 months. Not to worry. I mean, Vault backed everything up all the time, so we didn't lose the mailing list. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. When I heard about that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, we got to make sure everyone knows about this,"
Yeah.
Because it would suck to lose your entire mailing list. Were you able to at least rebuild it reasonably?
well, being the paranoid kobold that I am, every single day I'd back it up.
Nice.
So we didn't lose, as far as I know, we didn't lose a single email, and we actually gained some emails during those 5 days.
Nice. All right. Good deal. Are you in your first round of 30 or second round?
still in the
Yeah.
first week.
All right.
So if anybody wants to push us over that funding goal in the first week, the algorithm and all that shit would appreciate it.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And speaking of which, everybody definitely you'll want to back this book, HAVOC. Let me get my other link here. HAVOC is funding. We're in the first week, so we want to watch this succeed. And in order to do that, we got to get some backers. And they're off to a good start, but more never hurts. If you've already backed, consider backing again. Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady. And then if you don't have the means right now to back it, well, consider sharing it all over your social media. Let's get some more eyeballs on this. Now, go ahead.
I'm just going to say, yeah, let's do that.
So where did you guys launch? Whose channel did you go on to do the big launch of the campaign?
Bancroft was kind enough to give us a launch. And
Nice.
Fine when it was. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and he's got a good.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and he's one of the few bigger platforms that are doing a whole lot of that kind of thing. And,
yeah, for sure. Good stuff.
Yeah, I think actually the first backer was on Bancroft's, and they also got an original art tier.
Oh my gosh, nice. That's sweet.
Yeah, we definitely got the bump out of that deal. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Let's check out these perks here. Whoops. Hello. Let me see what we got going on here. I always appreciate when creators have a featured tier. Quite often it's the tier that's featured is not necessarily the cheapest tier. It's not necessarily the most expensive. It's oftentimes somewhere in between. Like you'll get the book itself. You might get a variant cover or some extra swag. But it's a neat little collection of items that will give you a good feel and gist for the product and the story. This one is called the Full Metal HAVOC. And this includes, it looks like the original book, plus you get the companion, the fantasy one. And then is this a print?
Yeah, right there, the middle print that Steve's holding up.
Oh, hold on. Let me switch back. Oh, it's got like a glossy finish to it.
Yeah, we went with gloss.
Nice. Oh, and it's got rounded corners, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
It's not going to poke anything.
Yeah. I love that image. That's cool.
All right. I'll be right back, guys. Talk about your tears.
Yeah, the print's done by Doodle Bags and colored by Pressy.
Pressy. All right. Wait, is that the name or the handle? Pressy?
Yeah, that's the name they go by.
Okay. All right, cool. I wasn't sure if it was like a new nickname for Preston Acevedo or
No, I think his formal nickname is Color Press.
Okay.
But he signs stuff as Pressy, so.
Cool. What are the dimensions of that print?
Oh, hold on. Let me look that up real quick.
All right. It almost looks like about a quarter the size of a comic book.
I want to say 8x6.
Okay. Pretty sweet. So is it on like a cardstock or something heavier?
The metal prints.
Oh, that's the metal print?
Yeah, the Full Metal HAVOC is a metal print. Yeah.
Oh, nice. All right. I didn't realize it was a metal print. My bad.
Yeah. There's a well, it's the same image. There's a print, the regular print version, which is made out of regular print material, and then there's a metal print version.
Oh, nice. All right.
I think Steve said it was like high grade aluminum or something. I don't know. He got all technical about it.
How many millimeters thick is that print?
Ugh.
I'm kidding.
I got
I'm
one on the
kidding.
wall. Yeah, I got a few samples stuck on my wall right now because I wanted to see how long they'd hang up. Well, doesn't look like they're going anywhere.
Sweet. Well, how did you hang them up on your wall?
Oh, I just got those. I don't know what they're called. They're like these. They're almost like these tabs that you put on your wall when you want to hang up posters.
Is it similar to the 3M hooks?
Yeah, but they're not hooks. They're just they're double-sided. So you just stick it on the wall, then you press the metal plate against it, and it just holds it.
Okay, all right.
Because they're not heavy at all. They're very light.
Now, could you alternatively get that adhesive-backed magnets?
Well, they're aluminum, so I don't think they're magnetic.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, that's why I use the sticky, because being aluminum, they're not going to be magnetic.
Yeah, just as aluminum ladders won't let you stick things to it.
Yeah. Also, if they were, what do you call it? They were the type of metal where magnets would work, it'd make them heavier. So it works out all around.
Sweet. All right. So that's cool. The next here is a HAVOC graphic novel. So that's the printed book, the very first HAVOC novel. How many pages is HAVOC, by the way? I think
It's 48 pages.
48 pages. Nice.
Yeah, and the novella is 40 pages.
Sweet. Then we've got HAVOC Plus. That gets you the HAVOC book, the physical copy, and
the regular print.
Regular print, okay. Now the regular print, is that going to be the same dimensions as the comic book itself, or is it the same size and dimensions as the metal print?
No, I think that one's going to be the same size as the comic book.
Ah, all right. Cool. Now, was this something that you guys triggered in Indiegogo? Because I didn't think it was supposed to, kick in discounts so soon into the campaign. Or is this an automatic Indiegogo thing that kicks in whenever they feel it?
Now, you can do that yourself.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you guys, didn't you say you guys are still in the first week?
Yep.
All right. HAVOC Ultra. So you got the main book. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's both books.
All right. So that's like one piece, one item shy of the feature tier, right? Because you don't get the metal print.
The featured tier has a regular print and a metal print, so it's two items shy.
Oh, it has a regular print as well. Okay, cool. And then we've got, let me see. I didn't skip one, did I? I don't think so. Metal Gear HAVOC.
That's both books and the metal print.
Both books and the metal print. Okay, now that's one item shy of the feature tier. Full contact HAVOC.
That's everything and a piece of original art.
So tell me more about this piece of original art.
Well, they're currently limited to 10, and it's on a first come, first serve basis. So the first person who backs it will get the first pick of the 10 we have available. And then the second person will get the second pick, and so on and so on.
Is it one of those cases where 10 pages of the book were done traditionally? Or are these, they are pages from the HAVOC book, right? Original pages?
We have original pages from HAVOC and Trails and Triumphs.
Oh, all right. From both books.
Yeah.
10 total, though.
Well, that we're offering now. If we sell out of that, maybe we'll offer more.
Oh, okay. All right. That leaves you with 9 more since someone already scooped one out. Sweet.
Yeah, and Steve's got one that he's not letting go. So
how? What are the dimensions of the original page?
Oh, I can tell you offhand.
Is it like 11 by 17, which a lot of comic book artists use?
Yeah, I think so because they're big, way bigger than the comic.
Yes, yeah. Because you start off with a larger piece and then it gets shrunk down, and it looks a lot sharper when it's shrunk down to the final product size. Okay, so you get HAVOC, the book, the physical book. You get the fantasy one, physical book. You get standard print, which is going to be about the size of a comic book. You'll get a middle print, which is 6 by 8 roughly.
Yes.
6 inch by 8 inch. And then you'll get the original art page. And then you said first come, first serve. The sooner you grab that tier, the sooner you'll be able to take your pick from what's left.
Yeah, the wider selection you'll have.
Nice.
So number 10 is gonna just have to pick from what we have left.
So comparing that 225 versus the featured 60. All right. That's like what, 140, 165, I guess, for the original art page. Is it, if I'm doing my math right, that is, are you doing, I mean, is the original art page penciled, inked, and colored and lettered, or is it just penciled and inked?
Penciled and inked.
All right. Nice. That's pretty sweet. Hey, everybody, consider backing this campaign today. It's looking good. It's HAVOC. Plus, of course, this campaign also includes, where'd it go? Trials and Triumph. Now, are the covers on both of these like a glossy finish?
Yeah, they're both basically going to be built the same.
All right. So you could put them on your bookcase and they'll go nicely together.
Yep, same quality for both of them.
When do you estimate, or do you have an idea when? I know you just started your campaign recently. Do you know roughly when you're going to plan on fulfilling?
We have the fulfillment period to be August. So yeah, as soon as the campaign closes, we've got all the print files, we got everything done. So the day it closes is the day it's going out to print. And then as soon as I get them, they start shipping out.
Day it closes meaning day into the 60 days of funding? Or
Yes.
you mean close of the in demand stage?
Oh, no. The day of the 60 days.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're going to overprint. So any in demand will just be shipped out.
Nice. Have you worked out roughly how much you're going to overprint? Like some suggest 10%, some suggest 25%.
That's a Steve question. So if he'd get back over here, we could ask him.
Yeah, it's like he stepped away and he's gone now. Are there any? Let me see here. If I remember, you guys had some other streams you were going to after this, and so you were limited on time.
Well, no, because of my day job, I'm limited to certain windows and certain days.
Gotcha. All right. So, do you already have all the shipping materials and stuff, or are you waiting till closer to fulfillment to start ordering that stuff?
Right now I got a stash of about 50 Gemini mailers. So if we get anywhere near 50, I'm going to probably order another 100.
All right. Is ordering Gemini mailers pretty easy, or is it?
Yeah, it's just there's certain, well, this is getting a little bit into boring territory, but like I said, I'm in my day job's fulfillment, and there are certain choke points right now in certain places. So far from where I'm getting the Gemini mailers, they're not hitting the choke point, so they get here fairly quickly within a week. But if you're ordering from certain locations throughout the country and you have to go through one of those choke points, it can be delayed for quite a while. I mean,
Oh, wow.
I've ordered some books from some people who are in demand who got stuck in a choke point, and they're just sitting there.
Oh man, we're
going to substantially overprint.
Oh, you heard that, did you?
Substantially. More than the norm.
Really?
Yeah, we're testing a couple of business plans here.
Okay.
There's going to be some secondary promotion in a month or two. And not that we don't want to hit our funding goal now, and not that it doesn't need to stand alone on its own merits, but that's, I don't know, get back to me in 6 months, peeps, how well it works out. But we're going to substantially overprint. I think that we're going to sell some. I have every confidence that when people get it in their hands, when they get it in a timely fashion, and it's well produced, and it's a really good story with good art, that they'll be like, hey, this is good. And then somebody else will want to buy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then, of course, you've got that period whereby, you start your fulfillment, and then people start receiving it. They have it in their hands, and a number of them will literally go online and say, this came in the mail. Some will do P.O. Box opening streams.
I think fulfillment's a really big deal. And, clearly a lot of people have and continue to miss their mark on that deal. And yeah, that's the approach on this, is that it's not at all front loaded. It's a little bit more back loaded. It's there, and we'll put it out there, and I think it will be well received. I think it will continue to garner sales for some time. But yeah, we'll see. But,
nice.
We're going to print a whole bunch of them and keep selling them for quite a while. But we're going to send out the first ones in August. You're back now. You're going to get yours in August.
Sweet.
So,
already got things worked out. Yeah, and as the campaign starts getting fulfilled, then there will probably be a bit of a spike of interest, because people will be more comfortable and have more trust in the fulfillment side of things, since you're a new creator. So that's going to help a lot too. But we certainly want to get this thing funded ASAP. You're at 76% of your goal so far. So far, so good, but it can be better. I've got to figure out which tier to back at, but I'm definitely interested in this project.
it'd be nice to get funded in the first week. We're running out of time on that deal.
Yeah, for sure. Is the end of the first week considered end of Saturday or end of Sunday? Or would it be Friday?
I'm going with straight up midnight on Friday. So
That is about the time we launched, I think.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, let's get this funded,
I
man.
might not be doing the math right. I might be giving or taking an hour there, but basically midnight on Friday. It's been open for a week, and yeah, it'd be nice if we get another $400 or so. Be cool.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I figured the reasoning behind not having like a bunch of swag is because it is your very first campaign. Is that the case? Or do you have plans like on future campaigns to add things like trading cards or bookmarks or small posters, iron-on patches, anything like that?
Well, for the mailing list backers, we did have an exclusive trading card done by Donald DeLay and colored by Pressy.
Oh, yes.
So everyone who got on that are getting those.
Yeah.
And we do have a few stretch goals in mind, but again, that has to be after funding.
Okay. Nice. That's fair.
Yeah, I got a few things lined up.
Cool.
Every time I introduce Vault to an artist, he winds up buying some art from me. So we've got some stuff we could probably sell. So, yeah.
Nice.
So once we hit the funding goal, we'll probably add, I think Sim's going to do some sketch cards. I think they're going to be. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. Yeah, we got a few things. But I'm not huge on the whole doodads thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually not. I think that at some point it gets to be a bit much, no matter how much I don't know. I mean, it's all very subjective. Some people love the doodads. I just really want to put out good books.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
I love books, but I also love the doodads.
yeah. Well, I mean, you seem a little like a doodad type of guy.
Well, I think you need a kind of a good balance of it. I mean, if there's a particular item that a lot of people like, then why not do that?
Right. Yeah.
Again,
I agree.
I wanted the metal print from day one. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was hassling Steve about it, and then
Yeah, I'm like, what? Come on.
Yeah, and we took so long that a bunch of other people were doing it. I'm like, see, I told you, Steve. I told you, Steve.
Man, I've been here for a minute. Mike Miller did metal prints. Of course, he tried to do it himself. Checked that all up, but yeah. You guys were talking in the early thing about when you get into Comicsgate. I'm like, these pups.
I don't.
I got mine from a shop, professional grade. All right, high grade aluminum, as you like to say.
It is. I'll do that shtick again, just to make up for giving you guys shit. This is, I believe, 6061 T6 aluminum. This is pretty good stuff. I could make motorcycle parts out of this. I could make brackets.
Oh, yeah?
There's things that I could do with this. And if it all goes to hell, I actually have quite a bit of aluminum stock around here anyway. But this is probably the nicest bit of aluminum.
It's pretty sweet looking.
Yeah, and a house full of really trick motorbike parts.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice looking piece of aluminum, I gotta say.
Yeah, I have to agree there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I like them, to a certain extent. I don't know, though. Decals, patches, this and that. I think that's probably, I don't know, a lot of people like that shit. I mean, yeah, 6 a.m. Comics is doing a lot of stuff. And those things are like, they're just made for peel and stick decals, aren't they? You just want to peel them off and put them on your refrigerator when you see them. But,
or use them as an avatar.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like some swag more than others. and some of the swag I'm into, some people aren't as into as I am. So that's fair. That's fine.
I like designing trading cards. And at the same time, I got a big pile of them I don't ever look at. I don't really give a shit about them. I like designing them, but yeah, as far as actually owning them, I'm just like, man, I can't read these. You know?
Yeah, I do. Ever since I got back into Comicsgate, I actually started backing campaigns, and since I was doing so much promotion, I figured, well, I better put my money where my mouth is, and otherwise people will call me out for just not believing in projects. So I've built up quite a collection of trading cards and stuff, and I just recently bought those sleeves that hold up to 9 cards a piece. So I'm just waiting for those binders from EBS to put them in.
Yeah, I think I backed them just for that. Because I'm like, back in the day, I used to collect like Pokemon cards and
So, yeah, I mean, I don't know how to relate to you nerds that do that shit. I don't know.
Well, I started off with baseball and basketball cards, and then it just spiraled out of control from there. Started getting Pokemon cards and Digimon cards and even Marvel cards when they were doing that. That was real big.
I only was into sports trading cards for a very short time. Hey, welcome, Pale Rider. No, we had to reschedule. The Lola stream will probably take place a night next week. We're working out details. But welcome, Pale Rider. For those of you who haven't, be sure and back HAVOC. If you backed it already, consider backing it again. Why not? Back it once, back it twice, back it 3 times a lady. And if you happen to be in a position where you're maybe waiting for your next paycheck, or you just can't put the money into backing at this time, consider sharing it all over your social media so we get more eyeballs on this. So what other streams? Cool. What other streams have you been on, or what other ones are you scheduled to be on next?
Well, at the moment, we're open for going on new streams, but we've been on a few. I've been on Red Valkyrie. Just yesterday, we were on Rennie Draws. Who else have we done recently?
Do you say Randy Draws?
Yeah, she's the one. She's a creator of Fiendish.
Oh, the Fiendish one. All right.
Yeah. Have you seen that book?
No. Well, no. I still have to look it up.
You should look at that book, dude.
I heard some good things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She might be taking some of my money soon.
I
mean, yeah. I saw some of those. What are they? These pieces of wood with like burnt drawings on them or something.
Oh, burnt wood art.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I was just like, I might have to get that.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I got a wooden desk, so it'll blend in.
Oh, wow. That's sweet. Nothing like a good old-fashioned wooden desk. Sweet.
It was hell to make.
Yeah, it's tough sledding out there, really. Like, Fiendish is a good example. I think it's tough sledding out there a little bit. I mean, I think you got to be willing to do it. I mean, it seems like she's got a program that should probably work, I would think. But I didn't know anything about her or it or anything other than Simon Sim and his cronies, Brian and all those guys are banding together to do Preston Acevedo. I don't know, a bunch of dudes are in there, Michael Beacon, but they're doing this Red Label comics showcase thing. And I'm kind of putting it all together. And I mean, I don't know. It's up to Sim to say exactly what he's going to do with it. But I think it's basically going to be something that will be super easy to get, super affordable. But it's just a compilation of a lot of the projects that are going on.
Really?
What's coming up. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool, actually.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah, so Fiendish, that's how I saw it. It's like just because Sim's a pain in my ass that I saw it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Right.
So yeah, because I work on all the Sim stuff and all that. You know, he's like, well, I got this other thing for Red Label Showcase, and I'm like, well, do you have those pages for your Matt the Merc thing we need to do? And he's like, well, I got this Red Label. Anyway, it's funny how you see that stuff. I guess is my point. You know, I mean, I should have seen it before that, but that's how I saw it. And you know, I think it used to be, again, in earlier times, there were less projects for, you know, I mean, there's probably more eyeballs now than there were then, but there were definitively less projects. And it's easy, like with Vault's book, you know, not the easiest thing in the world to catch the wave or make a buzz when, you know, there's a lot of people trying to do it. And that's, you know, I mean, it ain't the greatest, but it should be that a lot of people are trying to do it. But it'll be a bit of the whole meritocracy thing, won't it? When it comes down to who actually can do it. And then it's a lot more, you know, there's a lot to be said if you were here early on that you can make a cannonball splash in the pool and everybody know who you are.
Right.
A little later in the game, it's going to be more difficult to do that. And it might be more the quality of your work that determines your long-term chances of success.
Very
Well,
much.
we've seen various examples. I'll just leave it at that. We've seen various examples of people that make a cannonball splash in the pool, but don't actually fulfill on the barest level of those expectations. So, you know, that'll be the crux of the matter, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
True. Yeah. The landscape's really grown. There's a whole lot more creators.
There's a lot of books out there, and a lot of them look pretty good.
Someone reported that in the first 4 months of 2021, about 53 CG books were released. Or
I'm surprised it's that low.
yeah, it might be low. I haven't really paid attention to the numbers or anything.
I mean, I don't know. I'd guess higher, but yeah.
But it's pretty amazing. I mean, there are still campaigns that I'm having trouble keeping up with. I'm not hearing about. So I often rely on other promotional channels to find out about some of these creators that I haven't yet heard of. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Maybe that was the through line that I may have lost there, but it is hard to, yeah, Phoenix looks great. And it really came through Sim that I saw it. It's not as if it somehow jumped off of social media and got to me, or, you know, I didn't see it. I didn't see it on any streams. I didn't see anything about it. And then I saw, you know, and it's pretty damn good, dude. It's really good. So, you know, I just think that's, you know, it's the latest reminder to me how difficult it is to find, you know, Comicsgate's a fast moving train.
Yeah.
Trying to grab some traction, you know, it's a thing, but I don't know if everybody can actually pull that one off. But I think some people that can't pull that off can also be in it for the long haul and put out quality work and succeed that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I actually came across her on Monday on Peter Samedi's open mic stream.
Oh.
And then through Sim is where I mostly get to find out more about her and stuff like that. And then we ended up on her stream the other night.
Oh my gosh, cool. Yeah, I've got to reach out to her myself and try and get her on my show. I only heard about her book like 1 or 2 days ago. And it kind of sucks when it takes me so long to hear about campaigns and creators because it, limits the amount of promotion I can give it.
It was a couple, 3 weeks ago. I wound up with like 24 pages of English in my possession.
Oh, wow.
And I'm just like, well, first of all, I downloaded it. I got a lot of shit to do. I didn't look at it for a couple of days. And then I started importing it into a InDesign file. And I was like, huh. Then I started opening it up in Photoshop, blowing up really big. And I was like, huh. So yeah, it's been about 7 or 10 days ago I saw it, and I was like, huh. Yeah, it's really yeah.
Let me translate. I speak Steve. He really likes it a lot. You just seen him on the street the other night. He's complimenting her. You know what it takes for me to get a compliment out of this old bastard? It's like pulling teeth.
Dude, I haven't seen anything that good in a long time. In terms of just like it's all there. I mean, it ain't really my kind of thing. First of all, disclaimer, it ain't really my kind of thing. But it's drawn really well, and what I have of it is a cohesive story, and I can kind of see where it's going. And holy shit, the way the files import are a thing of beauty. Actually knows about crops and weeds. Holy fuck!
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
Must have been a treat to experience.
It's a little different from some of the rest of that book. I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, I don't see too much stuff that I think is really, really good. And
nice.
So yeah,
very cool.
Yeah, the only bad thing is she's on the tail end of her funding period.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, she's funded though. She's just trying to get stretch goals right now.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, that's a book that's worth taking a look at. Sure. But yeah, that's therein lies my point. I never heard of the chick.
Mm-hmm.
I still didn't know who it was. I still didn't put it together that it was, I'm just like, whoever this is, they're pretty damn good. And then, then this live stream thing came up. And I'm like, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if you've already got a list of all the channels you're reaching out to promote your book. If you like, I can share a list that I have, which is a work in progress. But I've been hearing that at least 2, 3, 4 other creators are also building a list as a resource. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Sim might be one of them. Either Sim or Red Gaze.
Yeah, well, Sim's good about getting people on the various shows he does. They do the doodle and chill thing, which is, excruciating, but also kind of cool.
Yeah.
And, and then he goes on with Chris Evans, and that morning show's a good show for guys that are just coming along to get on. They do a good show. There's a few guys doing it. It's not quite, it comes and goes. Sometimes there's a lot of promo shows going on. Sometimes there's a few others, and then there's a couple of really good ones. Like, we get HAVOC on mailing, sure. But we got to be ready to, all needs to make a big splash when we do that. So
yeah, absolutely.
We don't need to do that just yet, but we'll do that at some point. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate, Mr. E, Captain Love, he does promotion streams. Everybody that does these is helping. So yeah, thanks to you. Thanks for having us on, dude.
No, my pleasure.
It's all good. That's what I'm saying.
Pleasure. I'm glad to have you guys on, and thanks for coming on. Yeah, Mr. E is pretty cool, and I wish I could find some magic switch to help push his campaign further, because he's got a lot planned, like an ongoing series, taking Captain Love beyond where it is now and going forward.
Yeah, Drew's got big plans and good ones with Captain Love and with his other project.
Yeah,
I think he's going to find some success with both of them. He's good at getting stuff done.
For sure. Speaking of like ongoing series, is HAVOC intended to be an ongoing series, like the start of one, or is it like a one and done self-contained story, and then you'll move on to another project of a different genre, maybe?
Well, actually, HAVOC is a one shot, but there is a potential for a HAVOC 2, which will have similar themes, but it won't have the same like characters or necessarily the same setting.
Okay. Right on. Good deal. Yeah, it looks pretty cool though. And I'm also looking forward to the other book you have, the one with the fables in it. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, someone brought it to our attention from one of the streams we did that while HAVOC is not an all ages book, so don't show it to your kids. Trials and Triumphs is.
Oh, that's a good distinction.
So for anyone who likes comics and happen to have kids, well, if you get both books, you got one for you and one for your kids.
Totally. That's a good selling point for sure.
Yeah. Like Steve has also mentioned, it's a little wordy. Parents might have to help out the kids with some words, but
yeah, I mean that.
Yeah, I think it is a nice little kind of story book thing. You could read to the kid. Or the kid could read.
Well, I mean, the other thing is when it comes to children, sometimes people are like, they underestimate how fast children learn. When they're young, they absorb stuff like a sponge. And sometimes exposing them to more, more adult or mature writing helps them with their English comprehension and their grammar and spelling and sentence structure.
Well, it's funny how life comes around, because later in life as a writer, you learn to eliminate adjectives at all costs. Fucking stupid. On the other hand, had it not been for Stan Lee's predilection for the profilition of adjectives in his prose, my vocabulary might have been more stunted than it already is.
All right.
well, actually, the most reading I've ever done in my life was actually when I was very young. Like, what was it? Yeah, like middle school was when I read the most. That was a time where, like, yeah, not just the Harry Potter books, but I was reading like Dragon Sword, to Sword of Truth series, just books that were thick enough to knock someone unconscious with. And I'd just devour those nonstop. Lunch break came around or break or anything like that, straight to the library, plop it open, and just read pages and pages and pages. And that was actually something, and I was actually bad in English class. That was one of my worst classes.
Oh, really?
But my reading speed was ridiculous for my age.
Oh, that's cool.
So
yeah.
I don't know how that works out, but it did.
Works out in your lack of punctuation, for one thing.
Yeah, well, that's why I got you. I got to torture you somehow.
There you go. There you go. Everybody, go ahead and back HAVOC. It's in the first 30-day series of funding.
Oh, we got a backer. Thank you very much.
Ooh, nice. 1,600 even. 1,600 USD, which equates to
Nice.
80% of the fixed.
Right.
Excuse me, sorry.
I like the round numbers. Thank you.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I like that. And that's pretty darn awesome. Thank you for your support of this project. What? Oh, come on, Matanui. Don't be mean. Why does she look like Captain?
Okay, what are you drinking, dude?
Or whatever the shit you call that character. I think she's cool. That's why I keep focusing on her. I like how the hair is done, and actually, she doesn't look anything like Captain Marvel. The Carol Danvers Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's too French to be Captain Marvel.
Oh, is she? I don't know if it's a spoiler, but is she? Is the character French?
Yes, actually, we have like a short bio on the exclusive trading card that people got in the mailing list. So
Sweet.
it's not spoiler at all. It's been shown on Twitter.
So, have you considered maybe adding it to the updates? Well, not necessarily the back portion with the bio, but at least the imagery of the trading card people got for being on the early sign up.
Well, if they were on the early sign up, you got it.
No, I mean, just having some sort of update to, I don't know, once a week or once every other week, and maybe just show, hey, check out this cool thing that the early backers got.
I don't know, dude. We gotta get past a week before we worry about shit like that.
Well, actually, I have this bad habit of ordering proofs and samples and everything to make sure the quality of whatever I'm gonna get from someone is good enough.
That's not a bad habit. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, so actually the trading card's on its way here as we speak.
Nice.
So, because I got a sample of that, and I'll probably splatter that around when I have it.
Cool.
So everyone will get to see what they're getting or what they missed out on.
Nice. Sounds good to me, man. Cool. Let me see here. So we shall bring this stream to a close.
Yeah, let's wrap it up, man. We appreciate you having us on.
Oh, of course. Hope to have you guys on again. Definitely.
Yeah, give us a bump here in a few weeks or whatever. But yeah, appreciate you tonight. And yeah, man. I mean, again, as much as anything, I want to support guys that are doing their little streams that hopefully get to be bigger streams where, trying to, every set of eyeballs counts.
Heck yeah.
Every bit of counter support can be pretty productive. So,
Most definitely. I'm gonna let's give Volt the floor first. Would you share with the world how you can be found on social media?
You can find me on Twitter and mine's at Volt Kobold.
Volt Kobold. All right. And I'm giving you the floor, Steve. Where can people find you on social media?
As far as they know, they can't. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Oh my gosh. All right then.
Don't take it personally.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, I mean you, bro, or you, but just generally speaking.
You're too busy. As usual, everyone can find me on social media. Just check out any stream description on any of my videos, and you'll find it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Mark the bell for notifications. Drop some comments down below later, and let us know what you're most looking forward to on HAVOC. Also, wanted to take a moment to thank everyone in chat for being so awesome. Thanks for everyone who watches this on replay. And thanks to our very special guests, Volt, Kobold, and the real Steve Dye. Take it easy, all. Have a good night. And see you on the next stream. Bye.
Final guest that is the only person below White Holiday in the Comicsgate phone book. It's my favorite failed clone of Peter Sameti. The YouTube sensation. How you doing, Conrad? Welcome to the show.